Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here. Today, I am back on some Destiny 2, and I have a hunter build for you guys. I've been using this a lot with the faction rally that was going on, and I kind of fell in love with it. This is the Unkillable hunter build. Now, this works really great in PvE, and also it works really well in PvP as well, although you will have to change some things up. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So the exotic helmet we're going to be using is the Worm Husk Crown. I think everybody knows about this. It's definitely the best PvP hunter exotic in the game right now. The hunters did not get screwed over this time, which is really nice because the hunters have always been screwed over in Destiny 2. But whenever you dodge, it's going to begin health regeneration and you get a small amount of health back. So that is awesome. Obviously, it works really good in PvP, but it also works really well in PvE because this will make you practically unkillable if you're using the top tree for the Arc Strider. Now, the Arc Strider has gotten some buffs, and it's extremely good in PvP now, but it's also really good in PvE. Now, the first thing here is Combination Blow. Anytime you kill an enemy with a melee, it's going to trigger health regeneration, and it also will increase your melee damage for a while. The next perk is going to be anytime you get a melee kill, it's going to fully recharge your dodge ability. And the dodge that we're using is Gambler's Dodge. So the concept of this build is that you're going to dodge and then you're going to get your health back. You get a melee kill, you're going to restore your dodge and you're going to get your health back. And then you dodge again and you get your melee back and you're restoring your health, and you just repeat that over and over again and you're pretty much unkillable in PvE. So it's a really fun build. It's close range and that's how I like it, especially with the Arc Strider. Now the rest of the perks are actually really good. Whenever you dodge, you get increased melee range. And also, this is a great perk. After dodging, you get extra damage for your super, so that is really nice. Now, for PvP, I would definitely say that the bottom tree is better, just because of a couple perks. Combat Meditation is just amazing, but also Focus Breathing. Whenever you're just running, you're going to recharge your dodge ability a lot faster, so that's really good just because of this helmet. But also, just this perk, whenever you are dodging, you're harder to kill. And that's really good with the Arc Strider because the Arc Strider can wipe the entire enemy team out in PvP. And if you are really good at using this and dodging, you are really, really hard to kill. And that really does help the Arc Strider a lot. Now for PvE, the grenade I normally use is the Flux Grenade. I like it a lot. But for PvP, I always use the Arc Bolt. And also, I always use Triple Jump. Now let's talk about the weapons. The weapon that I'm using is going to be the Crimson. Why not use the Crimson? This is an amazing hand cannon. Whenever you get a kill with this, you're going to get your health back. And if you get a precision kill, it's going to refill your magazine. And you definitely want to have the Catalyst if you can, because this weapon is an absolute beast in both PvE and in PvP. Because we're using a really good close range weapon, why not also use a really good long range weapon? So I'm using the Manananam. Dun 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 dun. But this is a excellent scout rifle. It's one of my favorites in the entire game, so I definitely would recommend trying this out if you haven't. And finally, because this is a close range melee build, why not use this incredibly overpowered shotgun? And yes, this thing is a beast. Anytime you get a melee hit, you will get increased damage, accuracy, and handling. But that is within a stricter damage fall off. And that's only for a short time, but this thing is a monster. I think everybody knows about it. If you have it, it is definitely the best power weapon in the game. If you don't have this, don't sweat it. You can always use another shotgun, but you should try to get this. I would definitely recommend farming for it just because it is well worth it. It took me forever to actually get it, though. If you actually look here, I have 122 final bosses defeated. It took me like 90 to actually get the shotgun, and I still haven't got the SMG, so I've been really unlucky. But a lot of my friends, they all got pretty much all the weapons within like 25 kills of the final bosses, so they got lucky. I did not. So just know that it is a bummer if you can't get it, but you just need to farm for it because this is an amazing shotgun. Now for the mods, I'm using increased armor recovery for the helmet. For the gauntlets, I have increased armor resilience. For the chest piece, I have grenades will recharge faster. For the boots, I have increased armor recovery. And finally, for the hunter cloak, I also have grenades will recharge faster. If you actually look at my split, I have 4 resilience and 9 recovery, which is really crazy that I have 9 recovery on a hunter. So this is definitely a really nice PvP build. And I would definitely actually recommend these weapons as well for PvP. They work really well. The only thing is you do want to use the bottom tree over the top tree. So that's kind of the difference between PvE and PvP. Alrighty guys, I'm going to show some gameplay now. The faction rally is still going on, so I can go and get the debuff. And with the debuff, I'll have like no health regeneration, and I can show off what this build can do. Because if you know how to play it right, you are pretty much unkillable. Alrighty guys, this is going to be the gameplay. I have my debuff right now with the 5 renown, so I'm going to have no health regeneration. I'm going to do a lot less damage. But with this build, it really doesn't matter just because with all this health regeneration, I'm not going to die. Like, it's just almost impossible for me to die. Now, the health regeneration is really slow because of the renown. But without the renown, if you're just using this as a build and you're doing normal activities, I could definitely imagine this being ridiculous because you would always have your health at full because your health regeneration would be really good. It'd be really quick. And yeah, I mean, that is what this build is all about. Anytime I shoot an enemy, I get my health back. Anytime I dodge, I get my health back. Anytime I punch, I get my health back. And everything that I do is all connected. So by dodging, I get that melee back. By punching, I get that dodge back. It's pretty ridiculous. Now let me go ahead and take this guy out using my shotgun, just because the shotgun is super powerful. Although with the debuff, it doesn't feel that way sometimes, unfortunately. But let me go ahead and move on now, and it's going to be a bunch of enemies over here, so let me just wait for them. I'm going to shoot them all. I could just blow up the barrel, but I'm not going to do that. I like the Crimson. The Crimson is definitely one of my favorite weapons in the game. And now we have to deal with the boss, which this could be interesting just because he should do a lot of damage to me. But normally, the shotgun is your equalizer when it comes to bosses and stuff. So I'm going to stick him and just unload my shotgun on him. And now he's dead. So let's pop our super and dodge to get that extra little effect. And now we can just go around and murder everything pretty much. Just got to be careful not to hit cursed thralls and stuff, which I just did. So that was a shame. And I think that's everything. We wiped out the entire room. Anyway, guys, as you can see, this build's pretty ridiculous for just staying alive and not ever dying, especially without the debuff. You have to also imagine that just because, like, when you don't have the renown debuff, your health comes back so fast. It's ridiculous. And this build is truly unkillable in PvE. But that's going to pretty much do it for the video. So I really do hope that you have enjoyed it and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos. And I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day. And peace out.